Demetrius Andrade.
I'm glad it's over.
With a 9th round knockout of Luke Keeler. As Andrade successfully defends his WBO middleweight title for a 3rd time.
And that was the right stoppage there because Luke Keeler, the body language wasn't there. Andrade had no respect for him. He kept swinging away for the fence.
Do you see what time it is here on a Thursday night, or I guess you can say officially a Friday morning, 12:53 a.m. Eastern Standard Time? This was a late Thursday card. Demetrius Andrade just got a 9th round referee TKO stoppage over Luke Keeler. I covered Luke Keeler's last fight against Luis Arias, which has gotten him this fight, by the way. Demetrius Andrade needs a significant career-defining fight right now. Because all you see, I mean, Salusky, I'm talking about credible opponents. Salusky and Venus Martirosyan, when Venus Martirosyan was undefeated, and that was 7 years ago. Here was the stoppage, by the way. Luke Keeler didn't stand a chance from the 1st round. You know, things like this make you question. It's like, why can't we see Charlo versus Andrade when both of them now, currently right now, oh shit, that uppercut, don't have anything on the docket. Don't have a fight lined up. Now, Jamal will probably fight WBC, full champion. We're going to talk about the rankings in a minute. Jamal will probably fight Chris Eubank Jr. But in regards to Demetrius Andrade, he's got to fight a Billy Joe Saunders or something if Billy Joe Saunders don't get Canelo. Or he's got to, maybe fight, at 168. I don't know. But I understand there's a lot of fighters who don't want to fight him. But, something has got to be done. Whose fault is it? Who is to blame?
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 2 minutes 59
Let's listen in.
Of round number 9. Referee calls a halt to the contest. The winner by TKO victory. His record now a perfect 30 fights, 30 victories, 18 wins by knockout. Still, the reigning and defending undefeated WBO middleweight champion of the world, Demetrius Andrade.
Let's hear what he has to say. Maybe they got something, I don't know. Let's hear.
Andrade 29-0 now with 18 knockouts.
I'm holding out hope that they're going to announce something and say, oh yeah, well, we're in talks to such and such, like Amanda Serrano announced that she's in talks, and it's done that she's going to be taking on Katie Taylor, and Katie Taylor is not going to be fighting Cecilia Braku. So his interview's coming up with Chris Mannix. Here it is.
What did you think of your performance?
Oh, please like the video and subscribe.
I know Luke Keeler, he's a warrior, also a future champion in the future one day. But today was my day. This training, go to stop, and he ain't the guy to do it. We felt good, brought him into deep waters, and we sunk him.
You came out in that 1st round with an aggressive mindset. You knocked him down inside that first 15 seconds. What was the mindset, the game plan coming into this fight?
I went in there a little delusional, thinking to myself, I can put him out. And so that's what I did. Try to work in there, put him out, let him know I'm not delusional. And we took him into deep waters like the plan was.
You're now, by the way, I think 0 for 2 on the rope jumps, thinking you knocked somebody out, by my count.
Hey, listen, I got more knockdowns than I do fights, baby. I'm entertaining, you gotta love it, and I come to put on the show all the time.
You did pick up the early knockdowns, and you finished with a knockout. You've done that a couple of times over the last couple of years. The last year, though, how frustrating has it been to you, having the title, having a promoter with a big checkbook, and not being able to get those big fights?
Listen, I wanted to go up to 168, and fight Billy Joe, Joe-ass Saunders, my next fight, and that's what I'm looking to do. Since Eddie does got that big book and that big bank, well, offer Billy Joe Saunders that check so I can whoop his ass too.
Billy Joe Saunders represent a new weight class for you in getting a world championship. Have you given up completely on the idea of fighting Jermall Charlo, another title holder at 160?
Never. Eddie Hearn said he sent the offer, he didn't get no response. If they want to send the offer this way, we will respond.
What would your message to Charlo be after
a fight
like this?
Let's get it on. Baby!
Congratulations, Demetrius.
Thank you. And God bless everybody. Luke Keeler, great job tonight. And everybody stay tuned. The boogeyman is here, baby. Ho, ho.
Well, Demetrius Andrade.
Also, they talked about Chris Mannix talked about how if Showtime sends over an offer more, basically, they're willing to match any offer that Showtime or Charlo's team would send over. So basically trying to call the bluff. And you have, fans that are looking at Demetrius Andrade like, well, why, if you want the big fights, would you sign back with him? Listen, loyalty means a lot. And, you don't see Al Heyman fighters jumping ship like that for real. So you can't expect other promoters, fighters, or managers just to be jumping ship and shit. Come on, they got to work all ways. But anyway, looking at the rankings, let's talk about the 160-pound division. You have Saul Canelo. I don't count this belt. So, you have Jamal Charlo, WBC champion. Danny Jacobs is officially at 168. But don't worry, I'm going to update my rankings this week. You have Saul Canelo Alvarez. This is the only belt that I count him officially holding at 160 pounds. This WBA Super World title. There's talks of him and Royito Murata, but not at 160 yet, but at 168. And, talks may be breaking down as it stands right now, January the 31st. You have Golovkin who's going to be taking on Camille Zermeta in April in Chicago, likely, on the zone, defending his IBF title. And then you have Demetrius Andrade, who just defended against Luke Keeler. And by the way, none of these four guys right now, or five if you count Murata, outside of Murata and Canelo, are in talks to even fight each other or anything. It's crazy. Then you got Sergey Derevianchenko. I wouldn't be surprised if Charlo fights him or Chris Eubank Jr. So that's the 160-pound division. I'm glad that he didn't go the distance with Luke Keeler. But at the same time, he's got to do something. He's got to give us something, man. Meaning Andrade. So I'm TstreeT Controversy with FightView360.com. I cover every single major fight live. We're going to get up out of here. Please subscribe. Long
We
night.
all eagerly await to see what is next for Demetrius Andrade. What's coming up next?